So, Kim Kardashian just sat down for this huge interview, and honestly, it was packed with everything. I mean, from these little moments that went totally viral to some really personal bombshells. We're gonna break down the 5 biggest takeaways you absolutely need to know.
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to start with the soundbite that everyone is talking about, the price of milk, which, believe it or not, leads us right into her $1 million Glam budget. From there, we'll get into how she sets the record straight on some old rumors, and then we'll dive into the heavier stuff, the real story behind her divorce and what life actually looks like for her now.
Okay, let's kick things off with the moment that grabbed all the headlines. And it all started with a super simple question about something you probably have in your fridge right now.
I mean, think about it. It's a pretty straightforward question, right? Most of us could probably come up with a ballpark answer. But for Kim Kardashian, her response really peeled back the curtain on just how different her day-to-day reality is.
And you know what? Her answer was surprisingly honest. She just straight up said she has no idea what simple stuff costs. And this isn't really just about milk, it's a peek into this bubble of insane wealth. It also creates this perfect kind of jarring transition to the next thing we're going to talk about, the one cost she definitely knows.
So we go from not having a clue about the cost of a basic grocery item, and now we do a complete 180 to a number she is very familiar with, the massive price tag of maintaining the Kim Kardashian brand.
And boom, here it is. This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The cost of an everyday essential is a complete mystery, but the cost of looking like Kim K? Well, that's a known, and frankly, a staggering business expense.
So what's the actual number we're talking about here? Get this. She estimated it could be as much as $1 million a year. $1 million! But the really interesting part isn't just the crazy amount, it's who's actually footing the bill. Turns out, whenever possible, that massive bill is treated as a business expense. If she's filming her show or on a job, the production pays for it. It's just a powerful reminder that for her, glam isn't just about looking good, it's a fundamental part of the business of being Kim Kardashian. Okay, so moving on from the money talk, this interview was also a huge chance for her to, take back the narrative and finally clear the air on years of speculation about her personal life. She went right at 2 of the biggest rumors that have followed her for years. First, she absolutely denied ever hooking up with Travis Barker, saying they were just friends way back when he was dating Paris Hilton. And second, she completely shut down the whole idea of a Kardashian curse.
But she didn't just deny the curse. Oh no, she completely flipped the script on it. She was like, maybe, just maybe, her family is actually a Kardashian blessing. And she came with receipts, pointing to major successes like Caitlyn Jenner's Olympic gold, Lamar Odom's championships, and Reggie Bush's Super Bowl win.
All right, and this is where things get a lot heavier. The whole vibe of the interview really shifted when they started talking about the end of her marriage to Kanye West.
And this one quote, man, it just says it all, doesn't it? The real reason the marriage ended wasn't just one big thing. It was this deep, day in, day out feeling of instability, just unsettling.
And she made it really clear, this wasn't some big blow-up over one thing. It was this slow collapse, fueled by his very public mental health struggles, things he said about her family, and just that constant, overarching feeling that anything could happen at any moment. And to give a sense of just how wild things were, she told this one story about how one day, 5 brand new Lamborghinis just showed up at their house. And then the next day, poof, they were all gone. It just became this symbol for the kind of chaos she was living in. So, fast forwarding to today, the interview wrapped up by focusing on her life now, the realities of raising 4 kids and figuring out this whole new chapter as a single mom.
And yeah, you can see it right here. Her kids are pretty much her entire world. She said co-parenting is, quote, not easy, and that the kids are with her full time. She's always pushing for them to have a healthy relationship with their dad, but admitted it goes in waves and phases.
And then she shared something really candid and honestly pretty heartbreaking. That at the time of the interview, it had been a couple of months since the kids had actually heard from their dad. She was quick to say she never keeps them from him, putting it very bluntly. It's not a kidnapping, it's a divorce.
But believe it or not, the whole thing didn't end on a heavy note. In this surprisingly light moment, she shared that her daughter, North, basically gave her permission to get back out there, telling her, "Mom, it's time to move on. You need to have a boyfriend now." So when you put it all together, from the price of milk to the incredibly high personal price of a public divorce, this interview really did pull back the curtain, and it leaves us with this big question. What does it really reveal about the hidden costs of living your entire life in the public eye? It makes you wonder about that line between the polished image we see and the messy, painful reality that's just below the surface.